Hi, I'm Robin Bennett. I'm one of the directors here at Start Software, and I'm here today to give you a 10-minute introduction to Alpha Tracker, which is our software for asbestos and environmental consultancies. This should take 10 minutes or so, and what I'm going to hopefully show you is what Alpha Tracker does. I'm then going to show you the 6 steps required to produce an asbestos survey to show you how quick and easy it is. I'll show you the client portal. Then I'll just wrap up and tell you how you can find a little bit more information. So what is Alpha Tracker? Well, as I say, it's software that's designed to improve the efficiency of any asbestos or environmental consultancy. It's web-based. You access it just through a web browser, which means you can access it from anywhere, from any internet device. You need a server to run it on, which can either be your own server or a cloud server. And we can give you advice on that to help you make the right choice. So firstly, I'm going to show you the scope of the system. I'm going to show you what the system does before I show you how to produce a report and what the client portal looks like. When you log in, you get to see a dashboard. The dashboard is there to give you an instant view of your business. I've logged in as a director, so I see the director dashboard. If you log in from the lab or from the asbestos admin department, for example, or the survey department, you get to see a different dashboard depending on who it is that's logged in. On the left hand side we see the menus, and this gives you a very good idea of what the system does. It goes from first contact, so recording a telephone call from your customer, through logging and producing inquiries and quotes. There's a customer database in the system. There's a project database, so these are the jobs that you're actually working on, the surveys, re-inspections, project management training, air monitoring, LEV work, fire risk, any type of asbestos consultancy or environmental consultancy type work can be booked in. We have a built-in calendar, which is really useful. So this allows you to schedule work for your staff. The appointments, by the way, go straight through to their smartphones and tablets, so they can see exactly what they should be doing, where and when. We have a site database, we have a lab system in here, so if you have your own asbestos lab, you can use that for all of the work within the lab. We have a contract system for managing longer term contracts. You can manage your suppliers to the system. And finally, you can also even generate invoices from the system. So genuinely, it goes right from first contact through quote, through doing the work, booking it in, generating the asbestos surveys, right through to issuing the invoice. You can use all of that if you want to, or you can pick and choose. So you might be looking at Alpha Tracker just for the automating your survey function. You might be looking at it as an end-to-end system. You can pick and choose. All of the features are available for you. You can decide which ones you want to use. Now, if I just scroll a little bit further down, there's a report section. These are actually data extracts. They're downloadable to Excel, and this enables you to pull data out of the system to analyze it for your own purposes. Setup is the next one, and this is really important. Our heritage in asbestos software, and we've been in asbestos software since 2006, means that we've been able to build lots and lots of flexibility into Alpha Tracker. Virtually everything in the system is adjustable through setup menus, from the types of work that you record, through the materials that you can choose when you're on site, how you describe asbestos types, different types of property you want to record, the templates that are used when the reports are generated. Pretty much everything is adjustable by you to enable you to run Alpha Tracker exactly as you want to for your business. I mentioned there that we've been in asbestos software since 2006, and I'll just give you a couple of minutes at this point about Start Software and who we are. We're ISO 9001 accredited, we're award-winning, we are specialist asbestos software producers. We have offices in Australia and the UK, and we supply hundreds of asbestos consultancies and environmental consultancies worldwide with this system, which enables them, and other software which enables those businesses to be super efficient, automate their operations, and give great customer service to their clients. We're also the only asbestos software provider at the time of producing this video to be able to offer 24/7 personal support. Phone us at any time of the day or night, and you'll always get through to a human being. No machines, no queuing system, so you can call us as much as you want for support, and we're very, very proud of our support desk and the service that they provide. So that's the scope of the system end to end. At the bottom of the menu, by the way, is a link through to our blog with the latest news, the training guide and the user guide, both of which are searchable, printable, downloadable PDFs and give you all the information you need to run your business. By the way, if you're an accredited consultancy, you'll need also to know that when we produce software updates, we also produce very detailed release notes, which you'll need to incorporate alongside your quality manual to keep your accreditation up to date. And that's something that we're very keen on. So documentation and support are two big strengths of our software. So the next thing I wanted to show you is really how quick and easy it is to produce an asbestos survey report. And we have a menu up here called the Survey Quick Start menu, which is used during training sessions to show you how to produce a survey report from start to finish. First step of 6 is to book the client in. Now you only need to do this once, so for each particular customer that you're working for, you just book them into the system once. You give them a code and put their name, you type in their address or look it up, you type in the contact name, telephone number, email address, all the normal things for a customer. As I say, only done once, and if you've got a list of them on a spreadsheet, you can import them from that, so perhaps you've got them in an accounts package, so you don't even necessarily have to type them in. Once you've typed in your customer, the next stage is to actually book the job in. Now, you can book in any type of work into the system. You need to ask the system for a job number. You tell the system who's responsible for the job, the project manager. You put in the site name and reference number if there's a reference with that site. What type of work you're booking in. So in this list, for example, I have asbestos survey removal, consultancy, hazardous materials, lead paint. You're in control of this list, by the way. It's one of the setup options. So you can book in any type of environmental consultancy work, really. You tell the system what the job's worth. Here you have some dates so you can track the work through your business. Here we have the contact names, addresses, who's going to get the invoice at the end, that sort of thing. We have financial information about the job, and finally we have unlimited notes that can be used to store any other information that you need about the piece of work. As soon as it's booked in, and you do that on the PC end of things, it's then available to do the surveying on site. So let's just quickly talk about that. Our app, which is what's used in the field, can be used on pretty much any handheld device. So here I have an Android smartphone, I have a Samsung Galaxy Note tablet. You can also operate the system on any Apple device, so iPad, iPad mini, iPhone. You can mix and match. You can even have some surveyors using one type of device and other surveyors using another, or even surveyors with both devices, a smartphone and a tablet, an iPad and an iPhone. Mix and match to your heart's content. Our app was the first system to be used on site for electronic data capture in the UK, and since introduction, at the point of doing this video, we've captured more than 25 million items of data. An extraordinary amount of data has gone through the app, which means it's been refined over the years to be really slick, really efficient, really easy to use, and very popular with surveyors. You don't need an internet connection while you're surveying, obviously, so it doesn't matter if you're in a place with no signal. The app works completely offline, and at the end of the survey or end of the day, the surveyor checks the information, hits a button, and all of the data and the photos, which are taken with the device of course, are automatically uploaded to the server. Incredibly efficient, all done with drop-down lists and choices where possible, super speedy, and that gets the data and the photos straight into your system. So the fourth step of 6 is checking the survey data. This is just done on screen, either by the surveyor when they're back in the office or by a member of the admin team. Comes up in a spreadsheet style format, can be sorted, searched, anything that's wrong can be overkeyed, photos can be checked and changed. You can see at a glance where the no access areas were, and that's the fourth step, very straightforward. Fifth step is to enter the lab results. Now if you have your own lab, you won't have to do this stage manually because the information will come across automatically. If you don't have your own lab, then it's just a case of keying in the results from the bulk certificate, and then finally producing the report. Now the report production process is really easy, and most importantly with our software, the report that comes out is your report format. Not ours, not a standard format, but your report format. We customize Alpha Tracker to produce your report format exactly as it would look if you'd done it by hand or through any other software system. You can produce a draft or the final version. You can also ask the system to do a technical data check for you to validate that the data is correct before you produce the report. The report is produced and sent to you in an email as a PDF, obviously, but also as a fully editable Word document. So you have full control over the survey report that comes out. If you need to adjust it by hand, you can. It's just a Word document. So that's a really important strength of Alpha Tracker, that reports that come through to you are fully editable at the last moment before issue to a client in any way you like. It's just a Word document. So that's something you can then issue obviously to your customer, or they can log into the portal. I mentioned that we have a client portal. I'll just show you briefly how that looks. You're in control of this. Obviously, you allocate user IDs, passwords, you decide which clients can log into the portal. They see a list of the sites that you've worked at and whether those sites are compliant or not. They see them in a different format, in a grid format. They see graphs showing the asbestos that's been identified. They also get a map of all of the sites that you've worked at. All data in Alpha Tracker is mapped automatically, by the way. And they can also obviously extract the PDFs, look at the site registers, look at the hotspotted plans directly off the portal. They can also use the portal to share and manage other documents such as policies and procedures, training documents, approved contractor documents. They can extract data from here. They can search their site registers across all sites for types of asbestos or items that need removal or repair. It's a very flexible management tool which you are in full control of. Fully branded, of course. This would be your logo, your client's logo would appear here, and that's just a built-in feature within Alpha Tracker. So I hope that's given you a good overview about what Alpha Tracker does. I'll just summarize now for you. So it's an end-to-end system for environmental consultancies. Goes right from first contact and quote right through to issuing an invoice. And it's web-based to access it from any device, from anywhere. And it uses our heritage of, since 2006 of being the leading asbestos software provider, but it also uses the latest technology for speed, reliability and security. Most importantly, you can mix and match your handsets. As I mentioned, you can use smartphones, tablets, Apple devices, Android devices. And finally, just to reiterate that the report formats for quotes, for asbestos reports, for bulk certificates, they'll be your report formats, not ours. We customize the system to produce your paperwork exactly in the format that you require. Hope that's been useful. If you need any more information about Alpha Tracker, all you need to do is go to Google, type in Alpha Tracker, and you'll see all the information there, all the different websites that you can access for more information. Thanks very much for watching.